So enough of the food videos and back to how things work. And as you saw at the beginning of the title, this video is on brake pads. Now we jacked the vehicle up. You can see we didn't just do brake pads. Both on the front chassis as well. And these are the old brake pads. You can see the disc is quite damaged. Later in the video you will hear more about how we explain it in detail. And also with the indicator that is used to prevent this from happening. So brake pads, you can see the new versus old. Brakes are obviously used to stop the vehicle when you come to a robot, or maybe someone runs the road and you apply your emergency brakes. And here you can see the pistons are being pushed back, and if you know, you know. Brake pads also work with ABS, which is quite soft when you apply the brakes compared to when the vehicle is off and you apply the brakes. You will notice it's quite hard. Okay guys, so I'm actually gonna do a live video for you guys. Maybe just explaining the principles of what we have here. So this is the old disc that came off the vehicle, and as you can see here, this is a serious problem because the brake pads wore without giving the warning sign of it screeching to change the brake pads. So here we have the new brake pads, and we are learning how this thing works. And basically this over here is your indicator, and as you can see, when your brakes being eaten to a certain point, it will then make a screeching noise in indication to change your brake pads so that you don't damage it further and have metal on metal like this. So in this situation you definitely have to change the discs of the car, or you need to have it skinned. So to understand, this is obviously the work clothes and we are in surgery. So Optimus Prime is definitely going to be doing the job for us, and fingers crossed everything works. Okay guys, so this is now phase 2. You're thinking now, but where does the silver thing go on the disc? Well, if you see it over here, let's see if we can get to it now. It's playing hide and seek with us. Oh, okay. Well, here it is. So you see the reason why we haven't indicated over there. Firstly, you don't want it in the front because obviously it will damage your nice mags if you have in your car. You wouldn't want a thing like that sticking out. Also, the wheel when you're driving turns this way, hence why you have it on top, because as the wheel spins it will eventually glide past it, eat on it, and it just seems symmetry. There's no really which way you should have it. You could either have it at the bottom also, but you know, it would just eat in reverse, and then as we push the piston back, this will just go over and fasten the screw, and the brakes are done. So follow the YouTube channel for more how-to videos. Now you know how to do brake pads. Okay, so we are back guys, and now I would just like to show you what the purpose of the gloves is, and does it help is the question. Well, let's first see. Really need to make something about the sleeves, but let's see guys. So firstly, we have a few cuts. Unfortunately, these things are gonna happen when you're busy, especially when you're getting to those intricate places. However, compared to the little bit blood on my nails there from previous injuries, I would say not bad, eh? Compared working with oil and that. And guys, so we didn't only do the brake pads, there was a whole lot of bunch of body work as well that had to be done. So successful job, you know, hands are quite clean, and cheers to that. Okay guys, so it's only fair that we do the back brakes as well. And here we are checking the shoes, you know, or they call it the horseshoes. Not too sure if that's the case, but I'm gonna show you step by step how to fit this, and also how your handbrake is linked to the back brakes. So quite a messy job. That is why we obviously wear gloves, mostly because of the lubricants that can mix, you know, the oil, brake fluid, automatic fluid. Not good to say but I'm new to this. And then also, now guys, please criticize, comment, you know, so that we can engage. We would like to better ourselves, give us tips, any advice. We are very much teachable. Okay guys, so let me explain to you how the brake system works. So when you apply brakes on your foot pedal, on the inside of the car, the middle pedal to be exact, and then these two pistons that are in here, it pushes out. And what that does is it takes the brake shoes, not horseshoes, and it squeezes it against the disc over here on the inside. That is why you need to make sure that this is always smooth, and if not, you will get a shudder. So we can clearly see the shoes are still fine. So that is what happens when you apply brakes, and how the back brakes drums lock. And then to adjust the handbrakes, you will see right over there is a screw, and this screw works with reverse thread. And all you do is you just wind it like that, and what that will do is it will manually set your brake shoes to the specific distance you want. So when you put the drum on, your drum should spin freely as such, but when you lift your handbrake up, this should lock. It shouldn't move at all, and that is when you know your handbrake is set correctly. Always test this first before putting the wheel on. You don't want to come back and do the job over again. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.